Hey, leaders and influencers, if you remember, if you're a follower of Jesus, you're a leader and you're an influencer, and we need you. And it is a privilege to be so, right? Because we get to carry knowledge, not just faith, but knowledge into a culture that is, whether it admits it or not, is desperately seeking knowledge. So here's the deal. The Apostle Paul gets off the boat in Athens, and he's walking down a corridor, and on this corridor is known to be different statues. And these statues are different idols that represent different foreign gods, right? So he's walking through this, and he's on his way to the marketplace, and his heart is broken for a culture that is trying to, in their own way, seek and find gods to help them. And he comes across one of the statues that says, to an unknown god, right? Because basically the Athenians are saying, I'm not exactly sure if we got all the gods covered, because they had a plague that hit there and the plague didn't go away, and they thought they had sacrificed to all the other gods and nothing was working. So they said, let's sacrifice to an unknown god. And they sacrificed a bunch of sheep and everything like that. And so they started then having an unknown god that they had worshiped to. And so when Paul shows up, he doesn't only bring faith, he doesn't only bring an opinion, he doesn't bring an idea, he doesn't just do that. He brings factual knowledge. Now, this is really important. He doesn't just bring passion, he just doesn't bring enthusiasm, he doesn't bring feeling, he brings knowledge to Athens. And why that's so important is listen to this from Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. See, it's interesting here. It doesn't say they're destroyed for lack of faith or lack of passion or lack of feelings or lack of music or anything like this. Other translations say people perish for lack of knowledge. It says, because you have rejected knowledge, I've rejected you from bringing a priest to me. And so leaders and cell group leaders and influencers and followers of Jesus, we have this incredible privilege to bring knowledge into our culture. And it's the knowledge of Christ. It's the truths that we find out through Scripture. And there's a reason why it's a privilege, but there's also a reason why it's actually people don't do it. And it's honestly because you're afraid, and I'm afraid, and we're all afraid. We're afraid that what if we push too hard, or we come across like a crazy person, or maybe we have doubts, so we don't even want to kind of say, hey, this is truth, because we doubt ourselves. And so what I wanted to do today and on this video is just give you permission to doubt. Because with permission to doubt comes permission to freely extend knowledge as well. Maybe you don't have it all figured out, and you doubt something in your faith, and it feels like betrayal. But I tell you what, doubt can be beautiful, because doubt drives you to questions. And as you question and search for truth, you find Jesus. You see, anyone I know that's searching for truth, searching for knowledge, as long as they keep going, they end up on their knees at the feet of Jesus. That's where the search of truth always leads to, if you keep searching. So cell group leaders, influencers, I want to just encourage you that you and I are people that bring knowledge of Christ into a world that desperately needs something tangible to hang on to. So be blessed, and here's 3 questions for your study. Number 1, what idols might someone who knows you think are in your life? Now, I know it's kind of got to flip it here. If they were walking in your house or in your mind, what idols or statues would they see on the road that might be part of your life? And, whether it's money or approval or that kind of thing. So you can talk about it or think about it. What are the things that have taken my time, my resources, my attention, and maybe have become an idol in my life? Number 2, what is the knowledge you can share as to the gospel? What is the gospel? What is good news? Like what's your foundational message of why you exist and the good news that's not an opinion but a piece of history that you get to share with people? It's a crazy simple question, but a profound question for you, no matter how long you've been following Jesus. What is your gospel, the good news? And then the third thing is take this idea of what idols might be in my life and what the gospel is in my life. And what I want you to do is I want you to write that out in 3 or 4 sentences, like a paragraph that's really short. And I want you to send that to 5 people. So what you're doing is you're extending knowledge. Send to 5 people an email. That is, here's some idols I've noticed in my life, either now or in the past. And here is truth that I want to share so you know what I believe. Because, folks, we're in a season where silence is not helpful and humble truth is very helpful. God bless you guys.
Above all the chaos and all of the tension, above all the chaos and all of the questions, above all the waiting and all the unknowns, above every idol and all of the thrones, we lift you up. Higher, higher, we lift you up, higher, higher. Above every mountain that covers the sun, above airways and orbits, that our hearts be one. Lift you up. Greater soul, it was.